Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be talking about our data science programming project, which is on the topic classification and sentiment analysis of political tweets using some text analytics techniques. The project is divided into 4 stages. The first stage is to classify news articles from multiple sources into 5 categories. That's political, business, crime, sports, and world news. The next stage would be to perform sentiment analysis on these news articles using polarity and subjectivity. The next stage is to classify political tweets into party-specific tweets, that is, whether it's a Democratic or a Republican party tweet. And the last stage would be to classify the political tweets into candidate-specific tweets and perform sentiment analysis on it. The first stage and second stage data collection was from 3 data sources, that was GitHub, Kaggle, and DataWorld. These data files were in the form of JSON format, and then these were merged, and the most recent articles were filtered out, and some pre-processing of the text was done using NLTK library. Some tokenization and lemmatizing of the data set was also done. So this was the final data set that we would work on. The clean text is the final column which we'll be using for classification. The results of these, the stage 1 and stage 2 were using models, that was multinomial naive Bayes classifier and stochastic gradient descent classifier. The training and test accuracy of both the models was pretty much the same, 78 and 79%. And we could classify the categories of the various categories into sentiments as well. We were able to predict whether the tweet is whether the article is a neutral article or a negative article or a positive article. The next stage of our data set of our project was to create our own data set and perform. For this stage, we wanted to create our own data set because all the available data sets that was there on the internet were pretty old, and the latest one was till last year. So we wanted to even bring in the tweets that is the most recent, and taking in view the COVID-19 situation and how the government is dealing with it. A lot of public sentiments has changed according to that. So we wanted to analyze all that thing and how these things would be affecting the election results. And we wanted to analyze the public sentiments, whether a stimulus package is good, whether the initiatives taken by the government are good or not. So we wanted to analyze all those things, and to get this kind of data set, it was better that we created our own. So we used a Twitter website. So this was the website that we used, tweetcongress.org, which has tweets from Democratic and Republican political leaders. The site has certain values for how many Republicans are tweeting and how many Democrats are tweeting. So we wanted to use this particular site. We used a Twitter API and our credentials to extract tweets directly from this. We evaluated the 40 most active Twitter handles, and extracted the tweets from those people from the last 5 years. So after extracting all this thing, we had to combine everything into a single data file, and we did that. So this was the final master data set that we worked on for our stage 3 project. As we can see, after all the pre-processing, we could obtain a very cleaned column on which we would perform our further analysis. We built 2 models on this. The first one was multinomial naive Bayes again, and the second one was MLP classifier. The MLP classifier would take a longer time duration to run. So for our video purpose, we have shown model 1, that's naive Bayes classifier. So accuracy of almost both the models was close to 75% here, and the training set in this case was 60K. And as we can see, in this learning curve, the accuracy of the test set has increased, and after a certain time, it has started to flatten. As we can see, for as the training set reaches 40 to 50K records, the accuracy is pretty much the same. And text classification models usually tend to overfit because they are pretty sensitive to any modifications in the training data set. We also performed a similar model on the sentiment analysis of our project. So for sentiment analysis, we used a data set available on the internet, and we shortlisted of 20K, 20,000 records, 20,000 tweets, and performed the same set of steps that we did for our political classification thing. The data set, however, for sentiment analysis was close to 20,000, and the training set here was 16K. The accuracy we developed on this model was again 76%. So, as we can see, the train and the test set accuracy is pretty much getting flattened after a certain point of time. We would also like to show a small demo of the sentiment classification model that we did. So this is a trial tweet that we have. The Donald Trump stimulus package is a good initiative. For our training, for our analysis purpose, 0 refers to a positive tweet, and 1 refers to a negative tweet. So if we run this for this particular thing, if we run this model, we will have one that says it's a positive tweet, and if we change it to and run it, it will be 0, that is it's a negative tweet. Sorry, I think I mentioned it the reverse in the first thing. So this is the demo of our project, and the final results, as we can see, out of the total tweets or the total data set that we had, 54% of the tweets are negative and 45% are positive. And out of these 45%, as we can see, the Democratic political tweets have a positive sentiment as compared to the Republican, and the Republicans have a more negative percentage of tweets as compared to Democrats. So if we take the training set and the data set that we have and we have curated, we can say that the Democrats have a more positive sentiment amongst people and the leaders as compared to the Republican Party. That's it from our project. Thank you.